So, hi Pisces, my name is Chris and this is your reading for the month of November. I hope you're in a really good frequency and let's hope we can rise this frequency a little bit, right? Celtic cross, center of your Celtic cross, that's the subconsciousness, right? Frequency, it's all about frequency. It's all about how you feel deep inside on your subconscious level. Crossing energy, ooh, that's the Seven of Swords. But I need context for a Seven of Swords, right? That's kind of a little tricky card. Foundation, yeah, is a stable foundation with the Four of Swords. Resting, right? 8 hours of sleep goes a long way. Just rest, be wise how you use your mind, your intellect. What are you thinking about? What are you focusing about? Are you worrying too much? Are you projecting too much into the future, you know? If you come back to the moment, if you come back to the here and now, kind of smell the roses, smell the flowers, whatever, enjoy the sunlight. If it shines, right now it does. So just be happy about that, concentrate on that, concentrate on your seedlings. You're planting some seeds here. And it's all about you staying in focus, eyes on the prize, right? Past energy is the Empress, so you're already in a good position. Everything is, you're kind of having a time where you can relax a little, I would say. You already achieved a lot. Past energy, the Empress, but it's still here. And now the Empress can have a little nap, right? And just look around and, you know, relax a little. Letting your guard down, that's what I'm trying to say here. But having said that, not everybody wishes you well here, right? So you concentrate on what it is that you want to create. There's the Tower, okay, coming next. Okay, so maybe there's a fight of some sort. There's the Six of Cups here, that's your foundation. You pretty much are in a really good position. You just want to chill. And then there's somebody coming in with his or her energy. And maybe there's an argument. Maybe there is. You just have to say what's what, right? You just have to state your boundaries, right? And if it means to have a little tower moment, right? Where you just make a few things clear. Maybe that's what is needed to, you know, ensure your boundaries. You don't want to go there, right? You're kind of in a playful mindset. You're rested. You achieved something. Everything comes together for you. You're planting your seeds. You're working on your projects, right? You're working on your vision of yourself. And you finally have a little moonish energy, right? Moon with the Empress, that's a good combination. Time to rest, right? Time to let your guard down, time to be playful. And then somebody comes along and is taking things way too serious and is kind of, and you have a choice to go for it, right? Or to maintain your inner peace. You know, King of Wands showing up in your outside position. That's the King of Fire, right? Not getting triggered. Nobody can play the King of Wands, right? The King of Wands is the master of his own passion, the master of his own fire, right? So don't lash out. Don't become aggressive. Don't take the bait of whoever tries to lure you into some sort of drama here. Yeah, Two of Swords. You focus on what you want to create. Steady race wins, steady, how do you say this? Steady effort wins the race, something like that, right? The hedgehog won the race, not, or the turtle, was it the turtle? I don't know. Certainly not the rabbit. So what I'm trying to tell you is slow and steady wins the race, right? Somebody tries to snap you out of this slow and steadiness. No. Don't take the bait. Don't get smacked out of your Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Cups energy, even the Four of Swords. Very grounded, relaxed, focused energy, one step at a time. And somebody wants to speed things up. That's for sure. There's the Eight of Wands with the Seven of Swords. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you're in your abundance mindset. You want to create something steady, wins the race, right? That's the new beginning for you. Fool card clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. You don't want to be in the fight. You don't want to make everything so difficult, right? You kind of came out of this and somebody wants to drag you into this. So this is really a mindset here. And the Tower is clarified by the King of Wands again. So you got the King of Wands 2 times now. Somebody wants a Tower moment. Somebody wants to convince you to go into a fight, right? Or to have an argument, or to not be playful, not be taking care of your seedlings that you've planted here, not steady energy flow, right? But it's just saying no. That's what I'm, yeah, there's the Devil clarifying the Two of Swords, right? Victory March, that is pretty much the victory clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. And Knight of Pentacles tells me, as long as there's the Queen of Pentacles, bottom of the big deck is the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on to what you got. There's nobody able to touch you, to threaten your success here, right? If you just do one step after the other, one step after the other, right? You don't need to rush, you don't need to run, you don't need to strive. Everything is here, you just got everything you need to be super successful and super relaxed and happy, by the way. So there's no need to hurry, there's no need to rush, there's no need to worry either. Yet somebody is trying to fuck with your mind. Can I just say that? That's kind of a mindfuck energy with the Seven of Swords and the Tower, because there's no reason for a Tower. There's no reason to worry. You got this totally focused and figured out internally. So don't take the bait, whoever comes along. You're doing exactly that. You're called to be the architect of the future, not its victim. Buckminster Fuller, and you're totally, that's you being the archetype, right? Architect, basically. That's the King of Pentacles, that's the Four of Swords. You're making a plan, you're having a vision, and you know it's not going to, snap and you're in Wonderland and all your dreams are fulfilled. No, you have to do something, you have to lay the foundations for your dreams, you have to show up every day. If you want to write a book, you have to show up and write the damn book, right? So you can't have 10 pages and publish, right? It's not going to work. You have to explain things, right? So you have to constant work, or you have to show up constantly. There needs to be a continuous, focused effort. You can be joyful in what it is that you're doing, right? But you have to show up for it, right? Planting your seeds is not enough. You have to nurture these seeds. And that is pretty much what brings you success. And that is the King of Pentacles here with the success, with the Triumph March, right? Six of Wands. You begin with planting your seeds one step at a time, writing the page. Or if it's a fitness goal, for example, stretching, or I don't know how many push-ups you can do or whatever. You start with 1, 2, 3 or whatever you can do. And then eventually, if you keep doing that, it will be 4, 5, 6, and then you're at 10 and whatever, right? But you have to do small incremental steps to get there. And you know exactly where you want to go. So I see absolutely no problem in your planning or your energy, but there is a toxic energy trying to snap you out of it. Here's the quote for this situation: never argue with a fool. This is the big message here. And you really you don't need to prove anything, right? You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify yourself. You're on the right path. Just don't take the bait. Never argue with a fool. That's a good one from Terence McKenna. The truth does not require your participation to exist. Bullshit does. Right? The truth does not require your participation to exist. Only bullshit does require your participation to exist. So just don't participate into whatever people try to get you involved in that is not in alignment with your own abundance and inner peace and clarity. That's how you handle this. And it's a fairly good reading. So I don't know, the Devil, the Tower, the Seven of Swords, we don't really care about that. We got bigger fish to fry, right? So thank you, but no thank you is a complete sentence, right? The Sword of Orion, the Blue Angel Oracle deck, by the way, number 36. Okay, that's kind of a poem or whatever. Beyond the horizon of time, there's a point of light from which all stems. Yet it is not a distant place. Beyond the horizon of time, there's an eternal sound. Listen to your heart and you will hear it. Beyond the horizon of time, there's a sea of endless potential. You're full of infinite possibility. Beyond the horizon of time, there is a knowing that embraces all knowledge. You hold this knowing in your heart. Beyond the horizon of time, there is eternity. It too lives inside you. And you know what is beyond the horizon of time? The present moment, the here and now, right? And this sneaky bastard energy here is trying to distract you from the moment. But all of your power, all of your creational power, all of your manifestation energy, everything is happening here and now. And if you focus on that, one step after a time, always grounded in the here and now, nobody can get you. Nobody can snap you out of this wonderful project that you obviously got going here. King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles is here too. The key to it all, consistency with the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm doing one more spirit. No, it's the Animal Spirit Oracle deck, I guess. No, that doesn't want to come out. Let's just see what wants to come out. Canary Spirit, sing your own song. You don't need someone to tell you how to sing your song. You sing your own song and you just be happy with that, right? Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Canary Spirit arrives to help you find your authentic voice and express what is in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine. As Canary Spirit sings to remind you of your inherent joy and to support you as you sing your own song. Now is the time to let the world know who you really are. Canary Spirit message is that you are free to be yourself and express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you're being called to fully be yourself. For only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautifully when your note rings true, right? You have to play your own note, so to speak, even if we play in an orchestra or something like that, right? You have to play your own instrument, right? You can't play everybody else's instrument. You have to play your own instrument. Only then you work with them together in an orchestra, because even if they are playing together, everybody is playing his or her own instrument, singing their own song, so to speak, right? And that's exactly what the narcissist doesn't want you to do. The narcissist wants you to sing his song, but you sing your own song, right? You concentrate on the here and now, you're creating what you want to create, and then you're pretty much unstoppable. And that's all I got. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, share, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think about it, and hopefully see you next time. Now, Badaya, my friend. Ciao.